All right. So last module, no, we talked about globalization, wherein it is a process of exchange. What did we learn? Interaction and integration of or among people, events, services, and so on. Yes. And we have seen how it has impacted communication, especially now that it is driven with or by technologies, by the advancement of technologies. All right. So this has now put us into an environment that we can call global environment. Please write that down, because global environment, in this kind of environment, we are all interconnected. We are interacting. It has become even more challenging though, because of a new way of communicating, no, in this global environment, and especially in effectively communicating. Why is that so? Why do you think it has become a challenge for us to effectively communicate in this global environment we are in today? Any possible thoughts, opinions? Anyone?
Um, every country has different culture ganun, ma'am. Kaya mahirap.
Is that you, Matt? Yes. Tama ba? Matt Paraino? Was that
Yes,
you?
ma'am.
Okay,
Yes.
because every country has different culture. Precisely. Exactly. No? Because every country has different culture. We also have different ethnicity, linguistics, all of this, no? In other words, because of ethnic, linguistic, and cultural differences. You got it. Okay, please write that down as well. All right. So that is why we are about to discuss that today. What are these differences? Even in our small group, for example, na lang, we have our small group, right? We have our friends, for example. Sometimes we cannot avoid having misunderstanding. Why? Because of our differences. No? Our differences. So here we can see there's already a challenge in communication, in building your relationship, maintaining a relationship, and so what more in a much bigger environment. Okay? And that is, of course, the world we are living in today, the especially in a global environment. Okay. So let's see. There you go. All right. You've already learned that and heard that one. Okay. All right. Oh, before we define culture, rather, sorry. As I've said, not only in our personal lives, in our personal lives as well as professional lives, no? You can also see that challenge. For example, of course, in the future, because you still are not or don't have work yet, for example, in the future, you have a business, you will be having a business, or in every businesses now. Question is, how will you integrate your business into the global market? No, you're in the local and you want to expand, or at least you want to build another branch somewhere in other parts of the Philippines or the world. So you want to integrate, expand, but how will you do that if you cannot achieve effective communication amongst your members first, right? And then the even more bigger question, how will you do that if you cannot achieve effective communication with other people, with other people from around the world, especially from those people who you are targeting to, your target market. Okay. The reason behind this is we deal with people more than money. Okay? Because again, our purpose is to build relationship, this trust towards our clients, as I've said, towards our target market, and of course, the people, no, that are involved. And most often than not, this is the most important one. Please hear me. Most often than not, they are coming from different cultural or ethnical backgrounds. Okay? Oh, narinig ko yung sarili ko. All right. Any questions so far?
None, ma'am.
Okay, clear? Are we clear? Are we clear on that
Yes
so
po.
far? Do we have Shen here in this section? Shen Ziwan? I'm not sure if he is in this section because is he in this section or on the other section?
Here.
Here, no? And but he is not around. Okay, I'm always worried because he understands little English. So I am trying my best to speak as low as I can, to use simple English, as simple as I can, okay, for him. But again for the others, if you are not able to take down some parts, no? And again, for the rest, for everyone as well, please watch it again. Watch this again so you are sure that you have taken down everything that you need to take down notes, okay? All right. This is important. We are also practicing our listening skills. That's why I'm only putting keywords here in our PowerPoint. Going back, okay, let's cite some examples. Let's cite some example naman. One that I can think of is let's take a look at, for example, halal food. Do we have our Muslim brothers and sisters here in this section? No? Okay. All right. So according to my knowledge lang, now I'll try as much as possible to be um correct and safe, no? And safe not to drop not true information. Okay. So for example, halal food, if we offer or serve food to our Muslim brothers and sisters which is not halal, of course, if you're not aware of this, then you're it's already a form of miscommunication, no? For example, you are working in a hospitality industry and you are serving this to them, it's already a form of miscommunication. Or you are not offering that to them. You're in an office or event, no, where you have to business meeting, for example, no, where you are meeting one of your clients who is a Muslim, and then you decided to meet in this restaurant who doesn't have halal, okay, food or something like that. No, so that's already going to be a miscommunication. All right. So for everyone is aware of halal food, right? Yeah. Do you
No,
all
ma'am.
know? Ah, no.
No.
Okay. All
Thank
right.
you, ma'am.
Okay.
Can
So
you speak
this
up,
is
ma'am?
something. This is something you should also know because it's being culturally aware of others. No? So I think halal food, these are foods that Muslims are allowed to eat or drink under the Islamic law. No, it specifies what foods are allowed and how that food must be prepared. Okay. I think halal means proper and permitted. All right. So again, that is halal food. You can check some packaging in every food or restaurant, even the food packaging, you can see halal certified. So yeah, kasi we all know Muslims are not allowed to eat some particular food or drinks but also they're also not allowed to eat something that are um not properly prepared, that are seen as not properly prepared, you know, according to the Islamic law, prepared or butchered, or I don't know, like these things, no? Okay, that is as far as how my background on that, on their culture can go when it comes to halal food, but I hope it's clear to you now what that means, right? So again, this is halal food, or food that are not allowed to be eaten and drink by our Muslim brothers and sisters. And if you serve this to them, then oh no, okay? Oh no. Oh no. Ay, dapat may mga background as sound effects tayo, no? All right. So I suppose you've already understand now the culture of others, know how it affects, you know, and how it is important before you can achieve the purpose of your business, and specifically the purpose of your communication. Are we clear on that?
Yes,
Yeah?
ma'am.
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay, good. We still have 7 minutes until we open a new Zoom. All right. So, as I've said, you already know and understand the culture of others before you achieve the purpose of communication. But going to our next slide, let us define what is culture. Okay, what is culture? So according to Stringer and Cassidy, 2009, it is a system of thinking and acting that is taught by and reinforced by a group of people. Okay. A thinking and acting that is taught and reinforced, meaning there is an external force. Okay. And by a group of people. Cultural groups teach their members certain sets of values with accompanying behaviors and communication preferences. Okay. So culture is a system, therefore, again, what is a system? There is a set of rules, behaviors embedded, principles, and so on. Okay. These are instilled in us, in our people, which, you know, again, as I've said, take note here, reinforced by a group of people. That is an important word here. Reinforce. Okay. All right. So again, what is this reinforced? What does this mean? It means culture is now feed to us, which means us, we have to, looking at ourselves, we have to adapt to it. We have to adopt. Yes, tama si Feby, adopt. Good, good. Thank you so much. Now we have, these are adapted, adopted, A or O is correct. Now, whichever may apply, right? In other words, it is also something that is socially inherited. Okay? We inherit it from our environment, our surroundings, no? Socially, specifically, or especially socially, and in other words, external forces or sources, as I've said nga. Right. Good. Thank you so much, Feby. Now you can also share your thoughts, insights, opinions in chat. So as I also discussed, no, that's really good. It means we are on the same page. Okay. Now, so if you would look at the dictionary, you will also see the meaning of culture. It includes, besides this, no, it includes the taste and manners. Yeah. These are favored by a social group, or that culture is all the knowledge and values shared by society or culture. It is also the attitude, and behaviors that are characteristics of a particular social group. Okay, this is just a dictionary definition. Again, the taste, the manners, that belongs or that are favored by a social group, as I've said. Okay. Now, because of this shared, because we inherit it, it is shared to us. This is now, we have now this cultural understanding rather. Okay. We have now the next one is cultural understanding. We understand what is shared to us. That's why we form this cultural understanding. And now, what is this? It influences our personal preference in communication style, and it continues to influence our perception of others throughout life. Okay? This plays a really big part because, again, it has a big impact, has a big influence in our communication style. Okay, that is according to Hazlitt in 1989, still in the same Stringer and Cassidy 2009. Okay, all right. Any questions so far?
Wala na, ma'am.
Yan po, ma'am.
Okay na. Before we go to cross-cultural communication, something no that I want to add in what do you call this one? Cultural understanding. Anyone, anything that you can also add, no? What is this now? Um, by cultural understanding, we understand other culture. Also, at the same time, we don't insist that, sorry, we go back to that. We don't insist that our culture is also superior, okay, than their culture, okay? And this is an issue that we will be diving further later on. Okay, there is, we understand, and also we don't insist that our culture is better. Okay, what happens here? No, we understand our own background and where we grew up with, no, who we grew up with, no, what characteristics and values are in it, because it leads to knowing ourselves. Okay. And by knowing ourselves, we also get to know how we can relate to others, no? To other people, to other culture, as well as how we differ to other people or other culture. Okay. And now once we start seeing these differences, no, how when we start seeing how different we are to other culture, other people, this is now the diversity of culture. Okay, may araw-araw na siya if you're writing down notes. Nako. So we understand ourselves and therefore we understand others, right? And as we understand others, we relate to them and we see how different we are to them, especially, let's say, in the context of culture, no? How our culture is the same or similar, how culture is different to them, no? And with that equals diversity of culture. Nice. Dapat may okay. So we stop with diversity of culture. And what is that? Cultural diversity. This is now, of course, the cultures, no? Consisting of cultures outside our own culture, which we really need to comprehend and that we really need to have a grasp. Okay. All right. Because of this cultural diversity, what do we do now? No, we as human beings, of course, we have to, as I've said, understand. There you go. Understand this diversity, tolerate, embrace the differences in our culture, and compared to as compared to another culture, because as we have said, there's this globalization. Okay, and in a global community or in a global environment, we are communicating globally, and most often than not, no, it will lead to the next, and most often than not, we are communicating cross culturally. Okay. All right. So magka-connect na ulit. Ayan. So what is this cross-cultural communication now? No. I hope everyone can still follow because, no? Because it's like a train, no? Magkakasunod yan. Magkaka-connect. Everyone can still follow, yes? I hope so. Okay, wait, let me open my... Yes, okay. Si Fabi lang ang reply, nagre-response. Okay. So what is this cross-cultural communication? This occurs now between people who may have different cultural perspectives. This can include the entire range of differences from nationality to age to different departments within the same organization. Lalim. Lalim ba? For example, okay, difference na lang in nationality. The very easy one, okay? When we talk to other nationalities, we are already doing cross-cultural communication. That's it, okay? So as Filipinos, no, we all know we have our own set of beliefs, traditions, manners, no, or characteristics which are different from other nationalities. And so when we try to communicate to them, we sometimes encounter some barriers, diba? Because yun nga, we have different culture, set of beliefs here, no? Can also reflect to culture. So we have also struggles in achieving cultural understanding of both cultures, no? But even though we will have those barriers, we still try. No, we are still able to communicate with them. Okay, we try. What other examples? That's nationality. The barriers, you can already think of many barriers, right? Many cultural differences from this. Andiyan na yung language barriers, andiyan na yung not using po and opo, calling first name basis, 'di ba? That's how we communicate with other nationalities, and then later on they will call us in our first names, no? Regardless of us being older than them. This is a bit, another way of communication which is different from one nationality to another. What else? Let's go to the age. Ano na? This is another dimension. Anyone who can give example? I believe I am able to explain or discuss this in a very simple way. So you can also try to think of some simple examples. Don't stress yourself too much, no? Cross-cultural. Two
When we talk
different...
to
Okay, sorry, who's that?
when we talk to old people, older people,
Yes, go on. Interesting.
kasi may different generations. Hindi nila alam
Exactly.
yung pinagsasabi ng Gen Z. Tapos hindi rin namin alam pinagsasabi ng mga boomers.
Ng mga...
Yung mas matanda sa boomer.
Okay, boomer? What is boomer? Okay. Anong generation yung boomer?
Kayo. Ay.
Ay! Wait! Nagulat ako. Ah,
Parang mga kabuhay nung end ng World War
paki-clarify.
II.
Anong year yung kayo, yung ako, you thought
Ma'am,
na I'm born?
yung boomers, baby boomer kasi doon sila na ipanganak
Ah,
after World War II.
parang ang tagal. Okay,
Kaya
batang
millennial
90s
na
pa lang
naman.
ako. As far as I know, ang generation ko is, yun ba, batang 90s? And that is not...
Millennial po. Ma'am?
I believe also I can be a millennial, no? Okay. Good, good. Exactly, Emmanuel. Ito yung nasa example ka rin. Good job. Okay. So, nagkabukura. Anong tawag doon? Nagkabukuhan ng generation tuloy. Okay. Alright. So, Yun nga, cross-cultural communication, sabi nga ni Emmanuel, it can happen between age groups at eto dito napapasok yung mga, sabi niya, Gen Z, boomers. Is boomers different from batang 90s? 90s kids? Different ba yun?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, nandun ako ha. Wala. So, mas matanda yung boomers. Mas matanda yung boomers. Okay? So, meaning, wala ako doon. Di pa ako doon pinapanganak. Okay? Alright. Andiyan na rin yung millennials and so on. Meron na yatang, ewan ko. So, all of these, no? It's really weird that now we are getting to name these generations. No? We have these names for these generations already, But what is Gen Z? Kayo na yung Gen Z, tama? No? Millennials kayo or Gen Z? I'm not sure with the age group of which to which.
Kayo po ata, ma'am, yung millennial.
Ma'am, millennials kayo, Gen Z kami.
Kayo po ata, ma'am, yung millennial.
Gen Z
Ayan.
kami.
Pinupuri na nila ako. Ayan. Binobola na nila ako, in other words. Okay. Kanina, tinawag niyo akong boomer. Boomer
Skater ko
generation.
dun.
Ayun, sinasabi niyo, millennials na ako. Okay. Kayo yung Gen Z siguro. Gen Z, basta Gen Z are people born in the computer age. Ito na, no? We're using computer. Ito na yung mga techie, no? So, we often see our lolos and lolas no, asking help from us. Sila yung boomer, okay? Yan. So, asking help from us. Narinig nyo ba us? Naki-generation din. Naki-us din, no? Same generation sa inyo. Anyway, asking help from you, no? On how to use their mobiles, phones, tablets, and all of this, diba? Because here you can see, ayun na, another barrier. There's another barrier here that we can see. They don't really, they're not knowledgeable enough to use these gadgets or devices. No, it's a barrier already. And there's a lot more barriers to that. Syempre, not just the use of gadgets. Okay? It's like coming from two different worlds, diba? We have the world of technology and of course their world no without technology. So if nag-clash, if napunta sila sa world ninyo, then they would really need help, to better understand or to have a better communication, effective communication. Diba? For example na lang, no, sometimes, no, may mga may mga in other situation, I try to be safe, no, and not offend other people. So may mga situations wherein some people have meetings, conferences sa Zoom, and since they're not fully, techie or gadget, they're not really using Zoom so much. So hindi nila alam mag-mute or mag-unmute. So dito pa lang, if they want to speak something, nakamute sila. If they don't want to speak something or they don't know how to unmute, maingay. So dito pa lang, yung kino-communicate niya sa isa't isa sa meeting, may noises, right? May noises kasi yung barrier doon is may isa na hindi how do you call this one now? Now we also have to start using politically correct words, no? So how do you call this one? Technologically challenged. Maybe. No? Maybe. So yon. Right? Am I making sense? How about humor po? Barrier rin po ba? Yes. Definitely. It's a barrier. I would say that is also present not just in age group. Tama? It's not just present. This humor barrier is not just present in between age groups, but also between nationalities. my example, no, my experience, for example, is yun nga, I'm coming from Philippines and I am interacting with people here in Germany and they have a different humor. What is funny to me is not funny to them. What is funny to them is not funny to me. It's like, yun na yung nakakatawan nyo or something like that. Or, okay, they're all laughing and I'm not laughing. And when I try to crack jokes, they're not laughing. So this is also good example. Good, good, good. Tama, Cedric, no? Tama si Cedric. Do you also have an experience why you were asking that? Can you share something about it as well? Cedric, are you there? Cedric Esteves? You can read in the social media. Yeah, exactly. Mga memes ba yan? Anong meron sa UK? You are on direct message. Please send your message visible to everyone para nakikita nila kasi naka-direct message sa akin. So baka hindi nababasa ng lahat. Okay. What is in the UK? So is it people within UK? Queen Elizabeth. Yes, go on and I'm really a fan of Queen Elizabeth, by the way. And later on, we will also have her as an example. So, it's good. Nagjo-joke yung iba about sa death niya. Oh, yeah. Really? Really? How can it be funny to a particular or to some group of people or some
Ma'am,
nationality?
ma'am
Okay.
kasi 'di ba si Queen Elizabeth II, ma'am, parang yung longest reigning monarch sa UK. Kaya
Uh-huh.
parang ang daming nagjo-joke, finally dead na siya, parang gano'n, ma'am.
Oh, really? Due to hatred? Ah, hatred na yan. That's not ano na, miscommunication. It's like, it's not, it's ano na, you intentionally want to ruin a relationship because it's hatred na, no? It's not that you are not aware, but you are already intentionally doing this miscommunication thing or this hateful words, no? But I don't know. I remember this situation where this is it. I'm not sure. This Prime Minister of Canada, tama ba? Prime Minister, did they use, no? And they were in a talk or gathering together with Queen Elizabeth, and it of course it's a joke because the Prime Minister of Canada says he is already the I'm not sure with this. Okay, but the seventh, no? Or something like that. He mentioned kung pang ilan na siya, ano, during the reign of Queen Elizabeth. And then I think he was just stating a fact. But then when Queen Elizabeth spoke, she said, "Thank you for reminding me no how old I am." Or thank you for making me feel so old. No, this is one of the jokes that Queen Elizabeth cracked and everyone was laughing. But if yun nga yeah, it's nice. What was I trying to say? I was just such a fan na wala na yung thought ko about this example. So it can be a humor and it could also be an insult, but I think Queen Elizabeth made that as a joke. What a nice humor. Anyway, sabi din ni kasi meme siya. Guys. Yeah, yeah. But at least, no, good memes naman. Sabi ni, sino ba? Emil, the elder must correct and us, we can't complain. And when they are saying, and us, we can complain what they are saying because it may be disrespectful for us to talk back. Yeah. Okay, elders must correct. Yes, this is also could be in a age, what do you call this one? Age, in the age differences or also in nationality differences then, no? In some other nationalities, they can talk back, of course, in a polite way, no? But it's they're just being direct to their parents, to the elders, no? But it doesn't mean that that it is disrespectful in some nationalities. For us, some parts are really strict. No, we shouldn't talk back. Yeah. Okay. Good example. Right. There you go. Yeah. I think everyone is having a good grasp so far of our discussion. Now, with that said, allow me to discuss now some issues. Eto na. Now, that surrounds cross-cultural communication. Yeah. Or dito na din papasok yung local and global communication in multicultural setting. Okay. What are the issues? Okay, first, I will be giving you 3. Of course, there are some others, but these are just a brief synthesis. Let's get 3 of them. Perception. Perception is highly susceptible to both personal and cultural experiences. Basically, we have primarily discussed this last meeting, remember? No? So I won't dwell too much on this. Now we talk about the media. And in media being the what? Prime mover of sharing and resharing of culture. Okay, it's also prime mover in shaping and reshaping, not just sharing, but shaping of culture. Even more so, our perceptions. No, how we perceive this culture. Dito na papasok yung media as an important or a big player. Okay, we've cited some examples last meeting. Do you still remember? No? Andyan na yung you perceive people, things and places, etc. based on what you experience or what you are experiencing personally and culturally. So again, ayan na. Example, K-pop culture, diba? You remember our perceptions of skin color, beauty, fashion, the list goes on. Okay? That's just that. All right? So we won't dwell too much on that kasi na-explain ko na siya last meeting. This is an issue already. No? Now let's proceed to generalizations. Are we clear on perceptions? Yeah? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Good tayo, no? What we can see in the media is how we perceive them to be. Ganun lang yon. Generalization na tayo. What are generalizations dito? Kasi plural siya. So, generalizations, these are patterns of communication used by most people in any cultural group. Okay, when do we generalize people? Example? Do you have any example? When do we generalize people? Example. Okay, I will be giving you an example. Okay? So, Filipinos. Ano na lang ang generalization natin sa mga Pinoy, sa atin? Okay, just to be safe. Oh. Because, of course, I can generalize because I'm a Filipino.
Ma'am, maliliit.
Maliliit. Okay, all right. Also, could be a generalization, no? Correct? Generally small.
Brown ma'am, brown. Brown.
Sorry, I cannot hear you.
Yung sa skin color brown po.
Ah, okay. Yeah, the skin color. Yes, yes, yes. Generalization. We can also generalize that Filipinos have generally, daming general, diba? We have generally brown skin. Good. Okay. What else?
Ma'am, hospitable po.
Yes. Okay. Filipinos. Yeah, generally hospitable. Good. Yes. Ayan. For example, let's say, si Cedric, hospitable. Okay. No? Cedric is a Filipino, therefore, he is hospitable. Ganon, 'di ba? Oh, Pinoy. Very warm and hospitable sila. Yan. So this is now an example of applying generalizations, okay? To people. But if we apply it rigidly to some group of people, rigidly to a group of people, this now becomes stereotypes. Okay? Stereotypes are cultural norms applied to everyone in a group in a rigid manner. Okay? What are examples? What are we doing here? We are now trying to, let's picture, no? We are trying to box someone. Okay? We are trying to box each and every one as a part of a group. Okay? As to how or what it is, or they are, or what they are not. We box them. Papasok na dito yung Filipinos are hospitable people, generalization, no? So, Cedric is a Filipino, therefore, he is hospitable. Sige. What if he's not really hospitable? I'm not saying you're not hospitable, Cedric, okay? What if lang? Okay, what if you're not really hospitable? Okay? What if he doesn't really like welcoming guests or mingling with other people? Okay? As an individual, he is now different from the generalized view of Filipinos. Now, we put him into a box because, he's not really like that, but that's how we generalize them, and that is now stereotyping. But a much clearer case to that. What's the difference? Sorry, did I say stereotyping? Okay, did I say stereotyping last time? That is now stereotyping. Okay, I have to be clear on that. Stereotyping na yung when we box them, even if they are not that. Okay, so to clear it, what's the difference between stereotyping and generalizing? Between stereotypes and generalization, what's the difference? Anyone?
Um, parang
Peter?
parang mas maraming tao yung nasa generalization to sa stereotypes, handful of people lang na nag-group up.
Parang, okay, maybe 10%. Okay?
Ako po.
Sige, Joshua.
Sa stereotyping po parang nag-assume po tayo na yung group of people is may ganun na characteristics pero di po tayo sure. Pag generalization po, mas sure po.
Okay. Pwede rin. Sige. Pwede. 10%. Sure and not sure. Who else have an idea? Don't overthink. Isa lang yan. No. Isa lang yan. Yan. It's two
Ma'am?
extremes. Okay. Sorry. Yes, Cedric?
Sa stereotype, ma'am, parang typical characteristic. Tapos sa generalization, ma'am, belong to a particular category.
50%. Nandun ka na. Maybe, yeah, 50%. Pwede na, nandun ka na. I'm waiting for that, these particular words, no? Nandun ka na. Again, stereotyping, yun nga. What did you just say?
Ma'am, typical characteristic.
Typical characteristics and generalization is?
Belong to a particular category.
Yes. Correct. 50%. Nandun ka na. Okay, we are looking at typical characteristics, generalization, group or category. Yes. You're there.
Generalization, ma'am, general statement.
Medyo broad. Okay. Medyo broad. Two extremes. Can you think of two extremes? I will tell you an example. Okay, let me ask the women here. Okay, when we say women are weaker than men, do you agree? Yung mga women.
No po.
No, ma'am.
No po.
No po.
Di pala po.
No, you don't agree. So if you are in a work, you are asked to carry like you are with your colleagues men and you are of course a woman, then you are asked in your work or in your school to carry one big box of heavy stuff, like super heavy. Would you carry it? You physically cannot. But
Ma'am,
will you
hindi
carry it?
situation.
Sorry, sino yun?
If ano ma'am,
Matt, you're cutting. Ayun na, Matt, we cannot hear anything.
kaya, hindi niya rin kaya. Depende yan sa situation, ma'am.
Can you repeat that again? Nakat ka. I don't know if sa akin lang.
Ma'am, nakadepende yan sa situation po. If ano yung sa situation, ma'am.
Sa situation, depende sa situation. So therefore, yes, nandun ka na, depende. So therefore, do you agree that women are weaker than men?
Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
physically po.
50, ma'am.
Physically. May nag-yes. Sino yung nag-yes na I can hear a female voice? I heard a yes from a female. Who was that?
Me, ma'am. Rosel po.
Rosel. Okay, Rosel. So yes, you agree that women are weaker than men. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And this is a form of generalization. Tama ba? Yes? This is
Yes, ma'am.
generalizing women. But some agrees because sabi din nung
It
isa, I
depends
heard
on
it,
personalities, ma'am.
it depends and because it's
Okay.
physically true.
Yes, ma'am.
May narinig ko yung physical. Okay, may mga nag-write sa chat. Baka na-miss ko na. Okay. Generally speaking, yes. Okay, sabi ni Cedric. And as I've said, it's physically true. Therefore, in this case, generalization could be true. Diba? Generalizing men and women can be true. In terms of weaker, no, can be true, can be okay. When can this be like a form of stereotyping? When can this be a form of stereotyping? Let's stereotype then, men and women. Okay. When? What example? Or how does stereotyping come into play now?
For example po, pag kunyari sa sports, ma'am, di siya pwedeng babae to lalaki, ganun. Kasi mas, ano yung babae, ma'am, mas maraming ano to, weaker na katawan ng babae kaysa sa lalaki po.
Kaya hindi siya, you mean, hindi siya pinaglaro? Is it?
Yes, ma'am. Siya pwede, hindi siya eligible, ma'am.
Pero it's a co-ed game. Co-ed game ba siya? Like mixed boy and girl? Mixed ba? Mixed ba?
Hindi, ma'am.
Oh, hindi. Then separate talaga siya. But let's say there's a co-ed game. Sige, mamaya, i-widen natin yan. Medyo parehas na sa example na sasabihin ko. But I think someone is raising a hand. Darlene, tama ba? Darlene?
Yes po.
Okay, what
For example po yung yung color, kapag ang sabi po nila ang pink is for girls only and the blue is for boys lang. Ganun.
okay. Sige, it's way of generalizing colors, yes. But when will it come into play as an stereotyping naman? Let's think of
Ma'am,
situations.
that's stereotyping po. Hindi po ba siya stereotyping yan?
We stereotype colors. Hindi pa? It's hindi pa? I'm waiting for something para maging stereotype siya. It's just generalizing colors, no? But when can
Um,
we stereotype it? Hindi pa, okay? Peter.
Ma'am, kung feminine gumalaw yung lalaki, tapos hindi pala siya gay, tapos sasabihin nila gay, ganun. Does that work?
Judging naman na yun.
Ibig
Judgmental na
sabihin,
yun. Judgmental ka, okay? Yung ganun. Yan. Judgmental na siya, okay? Cedric.
Ma'am, laruan ng girls, dolls, tas sa boys naman sasakyan. Or same lang yun sa color.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, also. Okay. We also tend to generalize pa rin siya. Can be stereotype na. Sige. Pwede. Pwede. Because some people are already, of course, speaking out against it. Yeah. But to some people, it's true. So, could be generalization pa din. But, yeah. Ano na ba?
Ma'am, stereotyping po yung para pong yung mga girls po mas magaling po sila sa gawaing bahay kaysa sa boys po. Pero naman, may mga boys din na magaling din sa gawaing bahay, ganun.
Yes. Yeah, pwede na. Yeah, we can also go into that. Sa gawaing bahay, okay? Anyone can do that, okay? Anyone can do that. But if you say, you're my wife, no? Or you're my wife, okay? Kayo lang ang gagawa niyan kasi kayo dyan. How will you feel? Stereotyping na siya because you have equal chance to do that. But then you just say, mga babae lang, wife. Yung mga babae lang gagawa niyan kasi kayo talaga ang nakatoka dyan. No? Hindi kami pwedeng gumawa niyan kasi hindi para sa amin yan. Yes, stereotyping na siya because in the first place, you both have the chance to do it. Okay? Someone is also raising her hand again. Sino yun? Sorry. Sino yun? I saw a woman raising her hand. Nawala yung hand raise. Si Matt. Okay, what can you share, Matt? Don't worry, mamaya
Ma'am,
I will share a more clear.
itutuloy ko yung sa sports po. Kunyari ko muna sa basketball po, ma'am. Meron po yung pang lalaki at saka pa yung pang babae. Pero eligible naman po sila, pwede naman po silang maglaro. Pero hindi talaga pwede na ipagsama yung lalaki at babae kasi mas weaker yung babae. Kasi, yun po. Kasali
Okay.
po siya
Meron bang
stereotype.
basketball game na co-ed? Meron bang basketball game kung saan halo ang mix ang players? We are mixing players.
It depends sa rules po. If ganun.
If wala, no? I mean,
Wala.
wala. Talagang we separate
Depende yan
them.
sa rules, ma'am. Sa rules po. Kung pwede paglaro yung babae at sa lalaki. Kung yan, depende sa rules.
Yeah, but I'm not sure with this example kasi nga, yeah, it's a form of stereotype because we cannot mix them. Yeah, I guess. But yun nga, ay wala pa naman tayong nakikitang co-ed na basketball. So, we can't really voice out against it, and women are happy having their own basketball game, no? Okay, we have 1 minute. Okay, we will need to open a new Zoom. Let me try. Save those thoughts, no? Yung mga nag-raise ng hands before we go. Okay. Okay, I saved the chat para basahin ko once we go back again. All right, so let's open a new Zoom link. Hold that thought. Hold those thoughts, guys. Okay? Maganda to. It's very juicy. Wala pa rin masyadong nakakakuha. May mga ibang nakaka-touch ng konti. Or 50%. Good. All right. So, see you in a while. Let's open a new Zoom.
Ma'am, kunyari po sa sa engineer, ma'am. Sa jobs po. Kumbaga, yung work po na yun, yung engineer po is eligible siya sa mga pambabae. Pwede siya sa babae at pwede siya sa lalaki po, ma'am. Yun. Tapos, nagagawa po rin ng babae yung magagawa rin ng lalaki.
Good. Okay, nagagawa pa rin ng babae, nagagawa ng lalaki. Kaya, but you talk about jobs. So, yes. Yeah. Stereotyping. Papasok na rin siya a little, yeah, medyo papasok siya sa stereotyping. If you say, what kind of job? Engineer. So, for example, hindi siya nakapasok, hindi siya hinire ng company kasi babae siya. Ganun ba yon? For example, hindi siya hinire kasi babae siya, engineer. Is there an instance na hindi na-hire ang mga babaeng engineers? Maybe. But if it so happened, then yes, it would be stereotype. Stereotyping na siya. Kasi di na equal yung treatment mo sa kanila. 'Di ba? Okay. If, Ian.
Ma'am, for example, when you're driving on the road and you see a car that is, ma'am, parang hindi masyadong sanay yung pagdadrive. And then, sasabihin po ng driver, babae yun. Parang there's stereotyping that women are bad drivers.
Okay. Yes. Correct. Yan. You got me in this one word na sinabi mo. Ano yung one word na yon that made it stereotype? Okay. You said that one word that made it a stereotype, no? Charis? Sorry? Ano yan, Peter?
Ma'am, yung word na yun, yung better ba?
Better? What is,
Yes, ma'am.
ano yung sa better? Not really the better, but sige, baka hindi ko narinig yan. Better driver, you mean?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And the other word then, may mas malupit pang word that I heard. Okay, Charis?
Ma'am, parang ang example ko po is in the past, women's are supposed to stay at home and do house chores because ayun po yung nakasanayan. While men are supposed to work or study because ayun din po yung parang expected sa kanila. Pero magiging stereotyping po siya kapag hindi na po pinayagan or pinagbigyan yung women's na mag-aral kasi kaya naman nila pero hindi lang nagtitiwala or walang trust yung mga tao sa kakayahan ng women's. Yun lang po.
Yes. Correct. Okay, you're getting there. No, you all have major points na. No, you get this this concept na, no? Hindi binibigyan ng or hindi nagtitiwala sa kakayahan, hindi binibigyan ng chance. Yes. Okay. Sirit na ba? Should I say? Okay. I heard that word already. I forgot the name. It's bad, no? I heard the word bad driver, and from here you can infer that, no? Good job, everyone, for sharing your thoughts and insights and for trying. I really appreciate it. Okay. But to clear it, sige, stereotypes, this has now a what? Negative connotation. Okay? Than generalization. As what we have stated earlier, we generalized that example na lang na we generalize that women are weaker than men. It is generalization because to some instances it could be true. To some cases it could be true. For example na lang, physically, we're not really stronger, or some, of course, some are really stronger than men. No, some women are stronger than men, but women are weaker. That's why it holds this truthfulness. It holds this fact inside it, in this statement. No, totoo pa rin siya. We accept it. And that's what I was trying to say. We accept it. Acceptable siya. It's an acceptable generalization. Again, because of physical aspect, physiological, no, science has evidence for it, no, we can prove that it is an accepted generalization. Nga, carrying heavy stuff, no, unless you are really a woman who works out, no, who carries, parang sino na nga yun? Heidi, tama ba? Is it?
Idilin Diaz
Yes,
po
ma'am.
rin namin.
Heidelin, yes, correct. No, if you are like her, then okay, no? If you are told na men are weaker than women are weaker than men, of course, no. Buhat ka ng biglang 100 pounds. Okay. All right. Now, when does it become a stereotype? Now, when it has a negative connotation in it. No? Pag nilagyan natin ng bad connotation, negative. For example, army. Army. Sa army, women can't join the army. Do you agree?
Ma'am, naka-join sila.
No.
Sa
Yes.
Warzone po.
Exactly.
Ano sila, naka-join rin po.
Yeah. So when you say they cannot because they're so weak, no?
That's a stereotype,
That's a
ma'am.
stereotype. Kasi nga, everyone has equal chance. And when you say, oh, you cannot join kasi you're a woman, you're weak, then this is stereotype. It's negative na. Okay? Example, another example, Queen Elizabeth. Perfect example, very timely, no? Women cannot rule the monarchy. Eto na. Women cannot become the queen of state. No, they cannot rule the monarchy. It's a stereotype, no? And it's a form of stereotype that Queen Elizabeth changed. Did you know? No? She proposed or she made this rule. No, she changed the rule and she made the new one that made the first that made women possible to become queens or ruler of the state. Kasi nga before, if you don't know, before, if 'di ba ang succession of the crown automatically goes to the firstborn son. Dapat lalaki. Tapos for example, if you have a son, if you're the king or queen, you have a son, panganay, and then susunod yung the next to it is a daughter, and then the next is a is a son. Tatlo kunyari, no? And then for example, yung panganay na son is unable to become a king due to other factors, let's say, hindi mapupunta kay daughter, kay second daughter. Mapupunta yon sa bunso na lalaki kasi nga siya yung sumunod na lalaki. So that was the rule before. That was how the succession of the crown before. But Queen Elizabeth changed it. Okay? She changed it. Ito na yung Succession to the Crown Act of 2013. No? It is pioneered and championed by the Queen. That's why I really love her. No, she amended this provisions of the Bill of Rights and the Act of Settlement to end the system of male firstborn, under which a younger son was able to displace an elder daughter in the line of succession. Can you imagine? So yung younger son, madidisplace niya. Masasapawan niya yung elder daughter. No, 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 no. No? So, she changed it. No? It's giving equal rights to both men and women. What they deserve. Okay? No? So, even if you have a panganay na babae, okay, you still can become the queen. Even if your panganay and the second one is son, before mapupunta sa son kasi siya yung firstborn male, kahit pangalawa lang siya. Now it's totally changed. Galing, diba? Alright. So that's it for generalization and stereotype. And in relation to this, I forgot again who said that one, yung engineers is lalaki lang and stuff like that, no? That is what we call attributing, and we will be discussing that later on. Let's talk about gender sensitivity now. Since we're discussing men and women, okay? No? We come to gender sensitivity. Okay, and then again, looking at what Queen Elizabeth did, this is already, it means giving everyone an equal opportunity, no? To do something or be something. So we are being sensitive to the genders already, no? And we are not just giving, no? Actually, it's a right. It's a right. No, it's not being given. It's a right, rather, no? It's a right to equality. It's our right. It's not being given by anyone. We deserve it. It's our right to be equal with men, to be equal with women as well. Okay? And this equality should be seen also in, of course, since we are purposive communication, it should be seen in communication aspect, specifically in language. Ayan na. Okay. So we will need to use gender sensitive language. No? What is this? It is the realization of the gender equality in written and spoken language, or it is also the neutrality of a language that will not lead to sexism. Okay, what is sexism now? Sexism, eto na. It is attributing a particular gender on a particular role. We are being sexist. Sabi nga, gender, male lang ang engineers, no? We're being sexist. Household, yung mga examples niya, yes. In the household, ang gagawa lang dapat niyan is female, very sexist. Now we're attributing a particular gender on a particular role. Right? This is also already mentioned by one of your classmates, stereotypic gendered attributes. For example, in professions na, nandiyan na yung engineers. What comes into your mind? Of course, sabi nga, engineers male. What about nurses? What about nurses? What comes into your mind? Which gender? You already know. What about teachers? You have something in your mind, diba? Okay. Let us not try to speak. No, baka, no, we offend. No, but just hold that thought on your mind. Just think about it. If you hear teachers, what gender comes into your mind? Nurses, what gender? Soldiers, what gender? We have already discussed that. Okay. So dun pa lang, again, we give distinctions and attributions between genders on their societal roles. And that is, of course, stereotypic gendered attributes. Yeah, stereotyping na din. Okay. Last one, political correctness. What is political correctness? It is used to describe language, policies, measures that are intended to avoid offense or disadvantage to members of particular groups in society. Okay, ito na yung mga offending. Ayan, offending na words na ginagamit natin. Okay, what is this? This will be part of your activity. We will research and we will discuss. You will share some politically incorrect words. You will search some stereotypical gendered words, no? You will search this. This will be part of your activity. And this I will be posting tomorrow. That will be your activity. Plus another thing. All right. Any questions? Any questions so far?
None po, ma'am.
None, ma'am.
None po.
All right. None. So that ends our local and global communication in multicultural settings. We have touched some important issues and we have instilled values in our discussion. Okay. I hope everything that we are discussing later on at the end or in every project activity that you will be doing, this will be portrayed, this will be shown. Okay. That's why we are instilling values in it in our discussion so as you will be able to apply it, no? Later, for example, if you are asked to make a advocacy video, because that will be your final project, then you will try to apply this. You will try not to be this one you will try to be politically correct and not to be a bit or not to stereotype men and women or other things or people, okay? Right. Or if you know some issues about this, then that could also be part of your advocacy campaign video. But that I will be discussing after your midterms. Okay. Or probably before, so you will have time to prepare as well. But anyway, if you don't have any questions, that ends our discussion today. It was just short. Now we still have lots of time. You can use the time to review and watch the previous discussion, yeah? No questions